Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we're going to discuss about security groups in AWS. So security group is also called as stateful firewall. So we'll go and see like what is a security group and how it is helpful for us to maintain security in AWS. So assume you have a server in your AWS environment which is inside the VPC, and from internet you want to access this test server using a port SSH. So here in security group we have a inbound and outbound rules. So if we configure the inbound rule like allow SSH port from outside, so automatically the outbound rule will also be configured here. So this is called a stateful. So either you can create a rule for inbound or else an outbound, and it works on a both ways. So this is called a stateful firewall. The security group can be assigned to the resources like EC2, load balancer, RDS, Lambda, etc. So only to the resources we can apply this security group. Okay. Now come to the network access control list, which we called as NACL in AWS. So this is a stateless. So as I told you, stateful, where you can configure inbound and the outbound is also automatically configured and you no need to do anything here. But in NACL you have to configure both inbound and outbound, and here you can also allow or deny the inbound or outbound traffic, where in security groups you can only allow, there is no denying. The not giving any rule means to say it is denied. And in network access control list you also need to specify whether you need to allow that or deny it, where the security group can be applied to the resources, but NACL can be applied to the subnets, only to the subnets. So here where the inbound traffic you allowed SSH, you also need to configure the outbound SSH so that the server need to communicate back to the internet in order to establish the SSH connection here. So now we'll go and see how to implement this security groups and network access control list NACL in AWS. So AWS console, go to VPC. I'm creating a subnet here. So I'm giving my subnet name as SN3 VPC1, availability zone 3. So my subnet is created. As you can see, VPC1 NCV as my subnet. Now I'm going and launching an instance in this subnet. I'm selecting my key pair and in networking go to edit. Checking my subnet 3, enable as auto assign IP. Here I'm going with a selection of new security group. So you can also create a security group from VPC page, VPC console page, where towards your left side you'll be having a security group. You can go and create it there, or else you can also create it while launching your VM. So I have created both security group and a VM assigned to that security group because I did it from the launch console. So the VM is attached to that security group here. If you go and see the security groups in a VPC console page, you can see the security group is created here, test SG, which I created while launching the VM. So here a security group, I can see that SSH is configured as an inbound rule and all traffic as an outbound rule. Click on edit outbound rules. I'm selecting only SSH here because I want to show you like how the security group works. Click save rules. Go to EC2. Now take this public IP of the server and try to connect through putty. So we are not able to log into the server because we created subnet but haven't enabled any routing for this for the subnet. So go to route tables, click on my already existing route table, go to subnet associations here, assign this subnet 3 to this routing table. Now if you try to connect, see, you can able to connect to the EC2 instance here. Go to security groups and test SG, the security group which is assigned to this VM. As you can see, only SSH is enabled. Now I'm just trying to ping a google.com. It should not work because the other ports were not configured here, rules were not present, so your EC2 is not able to communicate it. Now what I'm doing is like I'm giving all traffic here and saving rules. So I have done it in only outbound rules. As you can see, it is able to communicate. So you can observe like both inbound and outbound is configured. You no need to configure uh, both, like configuring one will work it. See, I have deleted again and made it SSH and it is not working. So in inbound rules I'm giving all traffic now and it started pinging again. I just want to show you like configuring a one inbound or outbound will get work here. So now come to NACL. So I'm creating an NACL here, network access control list. So my NACL name is test NACL. Go to test NACL, where you can see by default everything is denied from the NACL. So first thing I am doing is like I am associating my subnet where I have launched my EC2 instance. So I associated that subnet here. I'm trying to connect to my VM. It should not work because by default inbound and outbound traffics were denied. See, you can see the deny in inbound and outbound here. That is why we are not able to connect to that VM. Now we'll go and edit inbound rules. Create a rule here. I'm giving SSH, allow all traffic. So I have created inbound rule and try to connect the VM back again and it is not working still because I haven't connected outbound, because NACL is a stateless, so we need to configure both inbound and outbound. So while configuring outbound, I'm giving here a custom TCP because the same port doesn't work here. So you have to give a FNL ports. You can search in Google for what is an FNL port. So I'm giving the FNL port range so that it will pick up a port from that. See, now you can able to log into your EC2 instance because the both inbound and outbound rules are configured. I also tried pinging Google here. It doesn't work because we enabled only SSH. So go and also configure a rule, all traffic, creating inbound. So both inbound and outbound is configured and you can see it has started communicating. Now I have removed and it stopped communicating, as you can see here. That's it for this video. Hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.